Grigio chiaro metallizzato. Grigio medio metallizzato. Canna di fucile metallizzato. Hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to another episode of Gran Turismo 2. Last time out we took Elaine back out and she went around trial mounting against cars with much more power and won. This time we're going to take on trial mounting in the second race that we're doing anyway, in the UK Nationals. We've come back to this sort of group of series to do the UK, Italian and German Nationals. What we need to do first though is take some of Elaine's power away, get her back under 200 horsepower, and you do that by going to machine test, choosing whatever, and then messing with it from there. Don't question that, I do it all the time. So you go into your settings, and then basically take whatever off. So, performance chip back down to that. Now we want to try and stay as close to 197 as much as we can. So that's the power figure down there. So we don't want to take the NA tune off. Maybe if we just take the exhaust off. That's 183. I think that's all we can do, really. Yeah, we'll take the exhaust off. We'll go like that. Stupidly, though, this game remembers that you've done that across your cars. I'm not sure I'm cool with that, because the amount of stuff you'd have to remember that you've taken off and put on certain cars and the configurations you've got them in, that's a lot of effort, really. Yeah, I'm not really cool with that. In the grand scheme of things, or the Gran Turismo scheme of things, hey, that probably doesn't matter. So straight into a race in this episode, which is nice, isn't it? It's not just me faffing about. Now, the reason that I haven't done those modifications here is that you can't get into the race in the first place if you've got more power than the bracket limit. So, yeah, again, roundabout way of doing it. Anyway, super excited to see what Elaine can do. We're at trial mountain again. She sounds a lot less raspy and rapid. That's a very brightly coloured Mini you have there, sir, but it looks amazing. Is that an MGF? Yes, it is. There's another Elaine. It's Elaine's ginger cousin. And they're in the lead. Whoa. Whoa! Elaine! Track's over here, love. It's her ginger cousin, Belinda. We don't speak about Belinda. Oh, yeah, Belinda's not been on the Christmas card list since what she did to John at that Christmas party a few years ago. No one's forgiven her, not even her husband, who's also called John. His brother Paul said some funny things about it. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, we're in the lead, and Elaine still does 128 mile an hour before topping out. So I was, sorry, focusing there on not dying. So we've taken the remap off and taken the exhaust off, which is basically what people in these modern days would call a build. Oh no, actually no, it's not a build unless you put some of them horrendous 12D plates on, is it?
Oh, snap!
And you've got to have like a really chavvy version of your own name. Oh, and you've got to put your Instagram sticker in the window like you're a superstar.
Stop! He's already dead!
Don't forget, all your 50 followers need to know. Elaine's got more Instagram followers than me. Nobody wants to see your standard Fiesta with some eyelids on the headlights and Motec sprayed into the standard radiator on the front. Sorry, I'm getting too bitter now. I don't have a modified car. I do, actually. I do. I have a BMW that pretends to be an M Sport. Genuinely. It's got the M Sport kit on it, but it's not actually an M Sport 318. But I didn't do that. The guy that owned it before me did that. There's a race going on here, and Elaine is winning it. So it's good progress in the UK Nationals so far. Wall there. Or a hillside, anyway. It's not really the safest racetrack, is it? A lot of the tracks on this game aren't really the safest. There's one, I think Deep Forest, has got like a wire fence and then like a cliff face off the edge. I can hear AI. The Mini! It's the bright green Mini in second place. Yes, Elaine is absolutely taking names in this championship. Beautiful. Well, it's further progress through the game, isn't it? That's what we're here for. Oh, it's a Rover Mini Cooper, apparently. More dollar. Never a bad thing, and we need to continue making this progress because then we can get back into our big money championships and, of course, winning more and more cars. However, we are going to try out the Euro and Pacific Leagues after this, so we're going to sort of stick with this end of the scale before we go up to the big stuff. So one more race to do, 394 horsepower limit, and we know just the car that we're going to take out for this. It's a car that we won a couple of episodes ago. Our TVR Tuscan Speed 6. Lovely. 361 horsepower. It's worth 125 grand. And we did say, or I said, that I'm going to sell it when we've used it, but I'm not sure. After some of the big money that we've been hauling in for some of the recent races, I'm not sure we need to be honest with you. But this is going to be a great, great car to use to round out this championship, I reckon. I hope so, anyway. It might be an absolute piece of but we'll find out one way or another, won't we? Now, if this is like any other TVR, it'll be as flamboyant and chaotic as the most flamboyant and chaotic things, and it'll be on fire by turn 1. Is that a bright yellow Aston Martin DBR5? I've seen some but that is... Well, okay. This is fast. It was doing 120 mile an hour in 3rd gear. Are they that fast? I don't think they are they? Whoa! Yeah, well, wouldn't be a TVR if it was facing the right way, would it? I imagine this is going to be lively as hell. It understeers like a pig. The AI are waiting for us again, which is nice. Someone's just clouted a very rare yellow Aston Martin DB5 off the side of a cliff face. I never thought I'd say that in my life. Right, let's see what the power's like here, because, I mean, look at that speed through 3rd gear. 4th gear. Jesus. Whoa, it doesn't stop. Excuse me, everybody. Sliding past the competition. I find it weird that the whole championship has been at the same track, but I suppose that's just part of the weird world of Gran Turismo. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a big hit. There's a purplish spree. I didn't notice that in the opening corners because I was too busy having a crash. Big purplish spree, I like that. That's cool. There's another TVR out front. Excuse me, Mr. Esprit. Incredibly expensive TVR coming through. So we're not on fire by turn 1. We're 2nd by the end of lap 1. Oh, the understeer is horrendous there. Just didn't turn at all. Nor did it there. Oh. Got a Chimera in front. No, it's a Griffith, sorry. How dare I get a Griffith wrong? I love a Griffith. I think there's some sort of special Griffith on this game called like a Coachworks or something. Like a Coachworks 320. Oh my god, that was literally... I'm full lock left and it's just nothing is happening. However... everything happens in this car when you put your foot down and it just disappears up the road. I say that and it's not disappearing up the road. All round, it's fast, but in a weird way. Like, it's got really long gears and it feels slow. It understeers like mad, but the acceleration itself is just fast enough to make up for everything. Because it's not like you pile up through the gears. It's not like, it's just, look, 60, 60, still in 2nd. Until about 84 mile an hour. 3rd is ridiculous. Oh, I'm not sure I want to keep this. I did say I was going to sell it, but it depends how useful it is. It's useful enough to win that race anyway. Wow. It's weird. Really weird how understeery it is. It's a TVR 123 and it was a DB6, not a DB5. Still, I'm happy. That's the championship out of the way. Done with. Sorted. Tick, tick, tick. Thank you. 7 grand for winning. No car or anything, because that's just the norm in these championships. Let's move on. Next up, we're going to go to the flamboyant Italian nationals. So it's time to have a look through our garage and see what we've got from there. In fact, I don't think we've got anything, have we? Aren't all the cars that you win in this game Japanese or American? Yeah, we don't have anything Italian. Okay, well, we've got 148 grand. I'm not going to spend all of that, but let's go play. Now, while we're here, I'm going to check the price of something in this list. No, I'm not going to do it. I was going to buy the Seicento, so it becomes the 2nd car on the list that we own, but no, we're not going to do that yet, but I want one of those later on. I explained that in the last episode. What I'm interested in is the Fiat Coupe Turbo there, the 20-valve turbo. 219 horsepower. It's got to be red or yellow, red one. Although, let's just go and check the power bracket, because I'm scared that the Coupe would be too much for that. So it's 197 horsepower and then 295. Okay, so the Coupe Turbo is too much for it. Let's have a look at Alfa Romeos, because we know that they can be good fun. We then have Lancia as well as the final option. Alfa GTV, it's quite a lot of money though, isn't it? Not a fan of how much they cost. Could get an Alfa 155. Look at that. 147. Look at the name of the colours as well. Look at that. Bianco. Grigio chiaro metallizzato. Grigio medio metallizzato. Canna di fucile metallizzato. Nero. Rosso Alpha. That's cool, isn't it? That is cool. Blue Lord. Oh, hello. Anyway, that's an option. The car above it was the 145 2-litre Cloverleaf. Jesus. I think we go for a 155. It's so cheap. It's so cheap. We've got to do it. The 2-litre 16 valve. We're going to get it in Rosso Alpha, and that's going to be that. Let's do some of the essentials to it, though. Now, another thing to remember about this playthrough is that all of these manufacturers, or most of them, have their own sort of events that you can do, like special events. So we need to go through and do those at some point as well, but that's going to be way in the future, I think. We're going to get some tyres for it, racing hards. We're then going to go and put the flywheel on it, and then somehow give it a little bit more poke. Flywheel on. Now for the poke. Exhaust. Surely that'll do enough. 160. I'm spending a bit of money on it because it didn't really cost us anything. 11 grand is very cheap for a car in this game. Can we turbo it? No, we can't. Of course. Go for an NA tune. Maybe go for a remap. Doesn't do a lot, but it's only 1,500 quid. 194 horsepower for a few grand. 256 horsepower for a lot of money. We'll do that, and that'll get us in. So let's go straight into the race from here and see what it can do. What track are we even at, actually? Rome. Oh, well, of course, yeah, Rome. What are we up against then? Some badly rendered thingies. It's all alphas. And a Punto and a Lancia. Punto GT there. Oh, look at the big beefy 155 with its exhaust. Big. Looks like it's talking to us like something out of Rayman. Is it a 156 or a 157 there? Yep. Bye. Wow, it's fast. Body roll. I remember the AI just pile into there. Yep, there they go. So we've obviously got racing hard tyres on this, so it is going to grip really well, but we just didn't do anything about the suspension, so it rolls like, oh, I don't know what. So you still need to sort of manage the weight transfer in the corner with it, which again is just an amazing element to this game. Well, it was a very simple first lap. It always is at Rome Short. I mean, look at the shape of the place. It's very simple. Only a couple of corners left, and there's not really much to report. This is just going well, basically. Very straightforward. We're just driving around at the front. The Alpha is serving us good at the moment. These might not be the most exciting episodes where we go back through these championships because we don't win a massive amount for them, but still, it's part of the adventure. It's part of the many avenues you can go down in this game, and we are going to make sure that we complete all of them. Cross the line then, and a nice tidy win for the 155 on its debut. I'm happy with that. We can't ask for more, really. It beats its newer counterpart as well, the 156 and even a 166. 4 grand into the pot. Pays for a couple of the mods on it, I guess. And on to the next one. Now, before we do this final race, we are going to modify it a little bit more. We're just going to do a bit of lightweight into it. Just make it a little bit more nimble. Maybe just sort the suspension out. I don't want to throw too much money at it, as mentioned before. But just an extra stage of weight reduction, just to make it a little bit nimble. That's only 1,200, and I can deal with that. Next one's 5.5 grand. I'm not really too up for doing that. So we'll see what suspension's like. The brakes felt fine. We just need it to be a little bit flat in certain places. Semi-racing, 7.5 grand, yeah, I suppose. Because there was a lot of body roll. You could visually see the amount of body roll it had in that race. No more messing about, though. We're just going to go straight back in. And it's the longer version of Rome this time, the full circuit. And then hopefully we'll get this championship sorted by the end of this episode. I'm excited to see what the different cars are now because the power bracket's higher. There's just a couple of Delta Integrales. That seems like all there is. Looks like a standard Delta and an Integrale HF. The white one looks cool. Hey, look how much flatter it is already cornering. Okay, so the power difference is clear. We're not streaking away like we did earlier. That's good, though, because it means that the racing's going to be nice and close. And we haven't thrown loads of money at it to completely blitz it. That's another 155 in front, actually. The same car. It's like Gabriele Tarquini and Simoni, as he was. The little Italian, as Murray Walker described him. Was it Giorgio Simoni? Can't remember his first name. Oh well. He had a horrendous off at Silverstone, actually, way back in the day. Somehow John Cleland saw him coming, and he had a brake failure and went backwards, and Murray made a fantastic joke about Nini Russo, I think it was, on the pit wall. At the risk of copyright, actually, I might just throw that up now.
And in the pit lane, Alpha boss Nini Russo studies form. Look at Sugden's spoiler as they go into... Oh, wow! That is Simoni! Straight into the Armco. And it looks to me as though the little Italian is perfectly okay. And that's on my car, says Russo.
Although I say the risk of copyright on that, you know, it's all by Duke Video. I pay for their season reviews and everything, and I absolutely love them to bits. Obviously, credit goes to them. Anyway, we've just finished our first lap. We're doing over 100 mile an hour in our Alfa Romeo, which is what Simone just did backwards. And this is looking good for a nice, smooth playthrough in this episode. This car handles really well, actually, you know. I know it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it feels great. On these tyres with this suspension, it's spot on. It's just as predictable as you'd want it to be, you know. You just know when you chuck it in, when it's going to understeer, when it might oversteer slightly on the brakes. But it's just, yeah, it just feels so solid. Well, they're still sort of with us coming into the final corner, but I think we're going to be all right. Lovely. Use all of the road and take a win with it. Lovely stuff from the Alpha 155. A very straightforward playthrough of the Italian Nationals. Only one more to go, and that's the German Nationals. I think there's 3 races in that championship, so hopefully we can get all that done in one more episode. But as for now, that is all for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. I know it's a little bit more straightforward than what we were doing before, but still, it's part of the progress overall. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time round.